Which is the best tank ever? The contenders are the Leopard II. It's considered the all-round talent among tanks. The Tiger I, the most legendary tank of the Second World War. The Merkava IV. This is regarded as the safest of its kind. And the CV-90 is currently the most versatile. A battle between the ultimate combat vehicles. Let's start with the Tiger I. It was in service with the German Wehrmacht in World War II. Let's start with the basic data. Between 1942 and 1944, a total of 1,500 of these tanks was produced, armed with an 88mm caliber combat vehicle cannon.
So the sighting arrangements, that in combination with that 88mm tremendously powerful gun, you're firing an armour-piercing round which can pretty much go through any known tank when this comes into service late 42, early 43.
The Tiger I was a reliable sniper. It could destroy any target from a distance of 1,500 meters. This is also due to its special weapon. At 4.93 meters, it was the longest barrel in the world. And at 1.6 tons, also the heaviest. The 88mm caliber was also the most powerful at the time. And with 92 rounds on board, the Tiger I became a legend on the battlefield. It was considered invincible with its 10cm thick armour. Much of its good reputation, however, was also due to propaganda, because technically the tank did not always run all that smoothly on the battlefield.
And just quite simply, it was put together in a rush. So there was lots of teething troubles, lots of early mistakes, things breaking down. The gearbox was struggling, the engine to match that 56 tons. It was originally designed for 30 tons. So there's a series of issues they try and iron out during the production.
Meanwhile, there is only one functional Tiger I worldwide, in the Bovington Tank Museum in England. Nevertheless, the Tiger I was ahead of its time and is one of the most legendary combat vehicles. However, the exaggerations of Nazi propaganda can't be ignored. On to the next tank, the Merkava IV, specially designed for the Israeli army. It's considered the safest tank in the world. It's been in production since 2003 and has a combat weight of 65 tons and can reach speeds of up to 64 kilometers per hour. Its weapon is a 120mm smoothbore cannon, and it's considered to be particularly safe.
The Merkava Mark IV is the best tank in Israel right now, probably the best in the world. When I sit in it, it feels like I'm in my own car. All the safety features give you the feeling that the tank protects you once you're inside.
This is mainly due to the Merkava's sophisticated security system. Antennas constantly scan the surroundings, detecting dangers and possible hostile attacks. When under fire, the tank has defensive missiles at its disposal to destroy approaching enemy missiles in the air. And the tank is also convincing in attack. It can fire 7 different types of projectiles at a range of 3,000 meters. Now let's send our third tank into the race. The Leopard II is the main tank of the German army. The basic data? The Leopard II has been in production since 1979. 18 countries rely on its combat capabilities. It weighs between 55 and 67 tons. Its main weapon is a 120mm smoothbore gun. The tank enjoys a worldwide reputation for ingenious simplicity.
In my view, the Leopard is one of the best battle tanks in the world. It's easy to use in all operational modes and phases.
But is it really so simple to handle? Today, a group of trainees is allowed to drive a real tank for the first time and set their sights on some training targets.
You're nervous, but also excited. There's been a lot of talking, but now you can take it as it comes.
It's all timed, and I'm a bit worried that I won't see the targets in time, and then won't have enough time to engage. But it should actually be no problem.
The trainees' first shots from a standing start.
Fire. Hit. Center. 7 seconds. Hit. Target center.
The sophisticated technology of the Leopard II offers good support for shooting while in motion. The weapon has a stabilizing system. And that keeps the gun straight even on uneven terrain. In addition, a computer measures the wind force and distance of the target, and thus brings the gun into the perfect position. All targets destroyed, and at the first attempt. This simple handling, especially on the offensive, is what makes the Leopard II so great. There's one tank left, the CV-90, probably the most versatile tank in the world. Since 1993, it has come off the assembly line 1,280 times. It's used in 7 countries in 15 different types. And this is what's so special about the CV-90. Depending on the operation area and type, the tank's equipment varies. A snow shovel or snow chains, a crane or designed a bit flatter. Everything is possible.
I like to compare the CV-90 to a multi-tool because it fits pretty much any mission. It has the armor, it has the mobility, it has the weapons like the cannon, the machine gun, the remote weapon system where you are able to mount different weapons, and you have the soldiers in the compartment who can fight along the vehicle. So together we are able to defeat any enemy.
Depending on the needs of the army, the CV-90 can also be packed full of weapons. Take the Norwegian army, for example. In addition to its main weapon and machine gun, their CV-90 has a remote-controlled gun with a laser system that can also accurately target distant objects. Another special feature, the tank runs on rubber tracks and thus adapts perfectly to the Norwegian terrain. And this is what the CV-90 looks like in action. Its versatility is what makes it so great. Each of the tanks in this battle is legendary in its own way. But for us, the winner is the Leopard II. With its easy handling and sophisticated technology, even experts consider this the best tank in the world. This makes it the greatest tank of all times.